All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me at this webinar. Like Devin said, my name is Chinwe Edeani. I'm a software tester at MAST, which is located at Space Telescope in Baltimore. And I'll be walking you through the MAST portal. Just before we get into that, I wanted to start by showing you the archive website. So this is our, not that new anymore, but pretty new version of our the MAST website. It's at archive.stsci.edu. And this is a great starting place to see how to access our data, information about different missions that we have at the archive. And so when you click Access MAST Data, you can see all the various ways that you can access data that we have. And the MAST portal is what I'll be walking you through today. But as you can see here, we have, API. And so, if you have Python notebooks that you want, we have information for how to get all the queries to run through our APIs. And there's also different search options for various different kinds of data. But like I said, today we'll be talking about the MAST portal, and you can access that from this archive website here, but it's the page is mast.stsci.edu. And so when you load up the portal, again, this is MAST, so that's the Mikulski Archive for Space Telescopes. We are a multi-mission archive, and so the portal is a place that lets you search across missions. So that's the power of the portal, is you're able to search and get data across missions. And so I'll just jump right in. This top part of this page basically shows you the default search, which is by target or by area and deck. And so I'll just go ahead and search for M3. And again, this is searching all our data. We have data for various missions. Went to mast.stsci.edu and the homepage loads, which is this. And then in the top pane, I searched for M3. And it returned a multi-mission result set. And so there are 3 sections on this page, as you can see on the left here, is showing you the different missions, different filters that display different columns for data that we have. So for instance, here you can see all the mission data for the M3 target. So for instance, if you wanted to just see the Pan-STARRS data set, you can filter on PS1, and that loads, filters down to the 20 rows of Pan-STARRS data. And in this middle section, you can go ahead and download the subset of FITS files for certain rows for this Pan-STARRS data. You can show previews, preview images for the various observations. And then on this rightmost section is Astro view tool. And this shows kind of like an all-sky view with footprints and of the field of view for what you're viewing in this middle section here. And so as you can see, if I hover over the footprints, this one is blue. I don't know how it shows in the screen share, but this is the Pan-STARRS field of view. And so here, like I said, you can go ahead and click download, and you'll get a set of FITS files. You can also select the rows that you'd like and add to the download basket. And this then gives you all the more files that we have, all the files that we have for that specific observation. And again, there's that filtering capability on the left here where you can pick FITS files or If their image is available, you can filter down to JPEGs or basically whatever we have. So I'll go ahead and close the basket. So, like I mentioned at the beginning, this search that I did was for a target. You could have also entered an RAN deck. But let's say you have other features of a search that you want to perform. For instance, you want to find data for a specific proposal. So we have this feature called Advanced Search. So that's the link at the bottom of that target box. So it loads up this page, this window, that's an advanced search window that is going to search against our database. So it's just going to search against all the metadata that we have. And you can look at the different columns that we make available, find the proposal ID column. So I'm going to search for an HST proposal here. So I enter the proposal ID. It's found 264 records. So I'll go ahead and load those. And let me open that again, just to show you that there are a lot of columns, a lot of parameters that you can search on. You can search on, again, RAN deck ranges, product type, release date. So if there's some data that you're looking for a certain release date, you can search for that. So there are a lot of columns that we make available for advanced search. So it's loaded the 264 rows for that program. And again, the same view is available. The missions that that data has been found in, so HST, and also Hubble Legacy Archive. And again, you can filter down, download, pan around in the Astro view tool. So something else that is available here, you can see that the previous searches I performed are still here. So let's go back to the M3 tab, and I'll just clear the filters to show everything that I'd searched for. And perhaps you'd like to upload your own target list and cross-match that with our holdings. So there's this button up here on the top left called Upload Target List. So I'll just click that, browse for a simple CSV file, and you can click this help button and it'll tell you what format, but it's just like a simple CSV RAN deck columns. We allow you to upload a target list. And so I'll go ahead and upload that. And this is just a small list. And then there's this button here. We're trying to conserve real estate on the page. And so you hover over the buttons and there's this cross match button. So this shows, again, what you can cross match against. So you can choose to cross match against all our observations. You can pick catalogs that we have available. As you can see here, we have, Gaia, Tick. So I'll cross match against all our observations across missions. So I'm just cross matching that simple list of, I think there were like 5 rows or 6 rows against all our observations. And so here we go. It returns 954 rows, same view. So you kind of start to get used to this view. It displays all the various missions. And this one is interesting because if we show more missions, we can see JWST in here. And if I select that, this actually is JWST planned observations. So this means that that list I uploaded, there are some planned observations that will be observed at those targets. So you can go in here and show details. You can view, what details about this specific proposal, what what is planned to be observed there. Finally, there's an ability to export your list. And so let's say I go back to this M3 search I performed, and I just want all the results. You know, maybe I want to do some analysis on this result set, this specific result set. Come up to this tool tab, and there's this export data in tables, and I can just export that in various formats. Oh, I also wanted to show that you can also search against our catalogs, certain catalogs that we have available. And so in this top drop down, the default search was this top one, but we also have, you know, HSC, Hubble Source Catalog, and various other catalogs, including, you know, Gaia and TIC, and so on. Oh, I also wanted to show the ability to subscribe to certain observations or proposals and get notified. And so this can come in handy, for instance, if you would like to know when your proposal has been reprocessed or any proposal has been reprocessed, if you'd like to know when a certain proprietary proposal has become public. So you can see for here, I'm logged in already, but if you come to the MAST, the portal page, you have the ability to log in with a STScI login account. And then you can create subscriptions and notifications. So you can see I have a few subscriptions set up here for reprocessed data, or you know, when to be notified when something goes public, and so on. And so, you know, there's quite a bit more to talk about with the portal, but just wanted to go through a brief walkthrough. And again, like I had mentioned, feel free to also check out the archive website, and just to see all the other ways you can search through the MAST archive. So that's it. Thanks so much for attending, and we'll be at the STScI virtual booth throughout the conference. And so, yeah, if you have any questions, now's the time. Thanks.